This is Errol Bryce from Smart Energy International, and in studio with me I have Dr. Chou, who is the founding partner and investor of Ninewinvest Partners. Thank you for being with us this afternoon, Dr. Chou. Won't you just give us a little bit of a background to your business and how you are in this energy market?
As I mentioned to you earlier, I'm in the investment area and focusing in the early stage startup companies, mostly in TMT, is telecommunication technology, and all technology-related companies. The current focus can be in the areas of artificial intelligence, big data, and so forth. Energy is a very broad area that we can have a very long value chain and in different sectors, and also have some special interests in.
Wonderful, and we spoke about disruption and technologies that are out in the market currently within the Chinese space. Maybe you want to just elaborate on some of the disruptive technology you've seen of late?
Yeah, there are several projects that I have been involved, and one in particular is very quite interesting because we all know the display technology. The giant manufacturer is Samsung and LG in Korea, South Korea, but they all want to have one special application to make the display screen transparent, but they couldn't do it in some very sustainable way because the product they created in the laboratory. The effective time to that can maintain the bright color can only last for 300 hours. But that's one small company, startup company, I'm the mentor to the founder. That the company has commercialized the product, which has been applied in many different fields. But one thing you can see is if you travel in China in the subway stations, you can see some of these AI vending machines. The screen you can see through to see the products inside, but meanwhile it also has the liquid crystal display screen that can display all sorts of information related to the product and even commercials on that screen. So that's some quite disruptive technology that you cannot see in any other parts of the world.
Thank you, and I wanted to ask particularly around startups, do you feel we have yet to see the end of disruption in the energy market, or do you think we've reached the pinnacle of it? What are your thoughts?
In the morning, I was the speaker in one of these in one of the sections, and I mentioned about the disruptive technology in one particular area. That's hydrogen fuel cell. And when I worked for United Technologies in the United States, the company set up one business group called International Fuel Cell. That was over 20 years ago. He tried to develop the hydrogen-based fuel cell technology, and they got a prototype vehicle in cooperation with BMW, and they made one vehicle, and then but the cost was over $1 million US. That was 20 years ago. So after 10 years, the technology just couldn't be generalized to the mass market. So eventually UTC sold the business unit to one company in Japan. But right now, Toyota has fuel cell vehicles, but still it's quite expensive compared to these gasoline engine cars. So when we talk about disruptive technology, fuel cell has been around for 20 years. It is disruptive in the energy area, but it will still have a long way to go, because not only the fuel cell itself, also like the hydrogen, the fuel itself, because how to generate the hydrogen economically, and also how do you store it safely and also transport it. So those are all some issues that has been developed and solved gradually, but still not in very, very ideal situation. So disruptive technology sometimes started from the concept until we can really commercialize it will take several decades.
Well, thank you, Dr. Chou. It was wonderful to have you here in studio with us. I'm afraid that's all for today, and thank you for joining us.